Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, good people? It's your homie HerbMan. Busting you back upside the head with another hot banger boogie. Please go tell somebody to go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. And if you're new to the program, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms at Love HerbMan. I promise you, you won't regret it. I am your homie HerbMan. We're coming live from South Africa, live on TikTok, live on YouTube. Go get somewhere, get situated so that you can learn how to heal thyself. And you cannot heal yourself unless you know thyself. And we're going to teach you about the human frame and the human design so that you can be well on your way to the happiness and the wholeness and the wellness that you deserve. We are using this free social media marketing to be able to give out a very renowned sound that every person on the planet can hear. We're going to use this application against them, but for them. And if you guys are ready to go on that experience, then welcome to the HerbMan Show. This is a free information station, you guys. You don't have to pay for anything that you hear here today. All you simply got to do is pay attention. And how we do that on the HerbMan Show is by double tapping that screen and getting us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast, all right? I'm going to work for my food. You do the same, and let's interact and let's heal each other together. And that's how we do that here, you guys. Once we get to 1,000 likes, we'll get into the subject matter at hand. But I just want to continue to keep reiterating to you guys that look, healing is possible alone. But healing is faster together. And we teach you these simplistic ways in order for you to understand that it is truly in your hands. There's nothing out of your hands. There's nothing out of whack so much that you can't get back into control. Oh, it's just too far gone. No, it ain't. Oh, they just too far gone. No, they're not. It's all about understanding the fundamental way to do something. If you had to eat, you'll figure out a way to fish. You'll figure out a way to hunt. And therefore, you got to figure out a way to keep each other in good graces. And you got to figure out a way to keep the faith in your downtime, in your bad time, in your diagnosis, in all of these prognoses on your life. You got to learn how to keep the faith, keep something. But then on the flip side of that is sometimes you ain't got room enough to keep nothing because you won't eliminate. And so here today we teach you about how this happens. And it all happens with your owner's manual. And for that little funky measly $50 that y'all holding on tight to, that's fine. But at least you're going to get everything you need for $50. Everything. And I ain't talking about a whole bunch of herbs. I'm not talking about a whole bunch of this and a whole bunch of that. I'm talking about just simply the blueprint on you. And you go cook your food. You go find your food. You go get your herbs. You go make your way. That's the owner's man. Okay? And that's all we're really trying to get you guys to understand, that there is a program that can get you well on your way. All right? But the biggest thing that I want to talk about today is when you're looking at healing, when you're looking at finances, when you're looking at relationships, what's the biggest thing they got in common? Okay? When you're looking at finances, all right, let us put this down. Man, where my pens at? Okay, I got it. When we're looking at finances, right? When we're looking at relationships, all right, and what else you got here? Finances, relationships, what else you want? Wellness, right? All three of these have something in common. One of them is you. You are the centerpiece of all these particular things. You. But what happens is that even though you are the common denominator, okay, you are the denominator. right? You are the denominator, the common denominator. I spelled it that way. Yes, I did. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is that you are in all of these situations. They're different people, but you are the common denominator. And I want you to ask yourself something before we get started. Please keep tapping, you guys. I'll keep talking. Let's get us up to 100,000. Please keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. Trust me, I will work for my food. You work for yours. And let's build together. I want to ask you something, and I don't want you to answer it with words because I can't hear you anyway. But right now, I want you to ask yourself, are you here? Or are you already somewhere else? Are you here? Or are you already somewhere else? And you see that pause that you just felt. That's what we're talking about today. That's presence trying to return. And today's teaching is very simple, but also very revolutionary. Presence is the missing commandment, where you are going through these things, but you're not totally present in these moments. And not belief, not rules, not perfection can get you over the understanding and the importance of presence. 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 Presence is not meditation. Presence is not religion. Presence is not spirituality. Presence is not quietness, my brothers and sisters. Presence, it is not positivity. Presence is being available to the moment your body is in. Biologically, presence is when your breath matches reality. Presence is when your muscles are not bracing. Presence is when your attention is not fleeing. Presence is when the nervous system feels safe enough to stay. And so right now, I want you to do something for me. Whoever, many of you, even though it's almost 100 of you already on here, I want you to experience something with me. Quick. I know you're a stranger. You don't know me. I don't know you. You're scrolling. I want you to follow directions. Even though I know you don't know me. If you know English, if you can understand me, is your jaw clenched or is it soft? Feel it. Feel your jaw. Was it clenched or was it soft? Subtle things. Come on now. Yes, sir. Welcome to the HerbMan Show. Notice it. Notice it. Yeah, mine was clenched too. Mine was clenched too. You see? You don't know that you tense. Catch your breath. Is it shallow or deep? Are you breathing like this? Are you breathing like this? If you think closely, you're breathing like this. That's shallow breathing. That's tense. That's tension. That's tension. We ain't trying to do nothing but show you the truth. We ain't trying to do nothing but break the industry. We ain't trying to do nothing but teach you by thyself. You can produce your own medicine. One last question for all of you guys watching. Are your shoulders lifted or rested? If you can drop your shoulders, they were tense. If you could drop your jaw, you was tense. If your tongue is at the roof of your mouth, if you think about it, just sit there and watch me. You think about it. Folks stare at you intense. Folks pay attention intent. Oh, I'm glad but nature know it's good. I wanted to run this by you. Anybody that's trying to get your attention to calm you down is doing it backwards. There is no way I can stimulate you and destimulate you at the same time. Okay? There is no way that I can stimulate you and destimulate you at the same time. Because there's a thing called entrainment, where the strongest shall survive. The strongest vibe, the strongest wave brings everybody up to its thing or down to its thing, whatever it is. And so if you see something that stimulates you, so why would I need to see you? If you hear something, my brothers and my sisters, it will stimulate you. So why do I need to be guided meditation? Why do I need the sound bowl? Why do I need to hear frequency? Why do I need to hear anything? I'm trying to tell y'all the truth. Listen. If you need to feel something on your skin, then you're being stimulated. There's no way your sympathetic nervous system has to figure out these environmental stimuli. So what I'm suggesting to you is to close your eyes. What I'm suggesting to you is to close your ears. And what I'm suggesting to you is to hear your own heartbeat, hear your own breath, hear your own vibration with humming and moaning. What I'm suggesting to you is you be the star of your own show. That instead of the TV you see star, you become your own star when you look inward and watch you all the time. Instead of creating radio stars and rap stars, if you can hear your own beat and your own voice, maybe you would be your own star to listen to. And when you're just noticing these things, that noticing is presence. And presence, in my understanding, is a commandment, but it was never written as a commandment. But ancient teachers didn't command presence because they just assumed that you understood it. And because they understood presence, they were able to live slower. They walked barefoot. They looked and gazed at the sky. They worked and tilled with their hands. And they got interconnected with nature. And presence to them became the default state. We are the first humans in history trained to be elsewhere all the time. Listen to what I just said. And so I want to ask you guys a question. When was the last time you did one thing all day without doing nothing else? When was the last time you did one thing all day and then do nothing else? It's almost impossible to think. And you got to understand why we leave the present moment. And we don't leave the present moment because of some kind of laziness. But when the nervous system get overwhelmed, we're escape. When the body feels unsafe, you'll find refuge. When your emotions feel too big, you'll go to coping mechanisms. And it's okay, it's all right. You go to bad eating habits. It's okay, it's all right. Because somebody now understands you. And we ain't going to be too critical, but we are going to be strategical. And we're going to get you out of that rut. Because as long as you stay absent, it becomes a survival strategy. And when stress rises, then that's when the body starts to show all of these physiological issues. That's when the shortness of breath happens. That's when the blood pressure shifts. That's when your muscles start cramping and tightening. That's when the awareness narrows. And the body is saying to you, get me out of this state. And the mind follows it. And presence disappears. And you're going to either go into the past or the future. You're either going to go into depression or worryation or anxiety. And you don't do it by choice, but by self-preservation, by protection. Presence leads. And when you're trying to heal your finances, when you're trying to heal yourself, when you're trying to heal your social status, you have to understand that healing is a participatory thing. You have to show up. You have to show up. I can give you the herbs, but you got to drink them. I can give you the foods, but you got to eat them. I can give you the owner's manual, but you got to do it. And that's the true exchange. And I want to get honest. Most of our pain comes from one thing, or comes from one sentence. That somebody wasn't there. We tell people, Mama, you wasn't there. Daddy, you wasn't there. Cousin, you wasn't there. Uncle, you wasn't there. We tell friend, you wasn't there. We tell the new boyfriend, you wasn't there. We tell our spouses, you wasn't there. And we don't use words like all the time that you didn't love me, or you didn't provide, or you didn't try. It's always, you wasn't there. You didn't see me. You didn't feel me. You weren't available for me. When you think of the moments that you felt deeply hurt, you'll understand. And this is all about absence. It was being absent in that moment, not hearing her, tuning out instead of tuning in. But your presence is where your heaven is at. Your presence is where your finances is at. Your presence is where your family is at. Your presence is where your healing is at. And presence is where heaven exists. And heaven has always been the same thing. Peace and clarity, warmth and love, light and unity. Those are not places. They're states of being. They're states of regulation. And heaven appears when we know how to slow the game down. They say when this game slow down to you, that you know when and where to do things in a more precise, in a more pristine, in a more effortless way. When the game slows down to LeBron, when the game slows down to Peyton Manning, when the game slows down to Michael Jordan, when the game slowed down to Serena Williams, is when the game slows down. And you got to understand how to slow the game down. And your breath will slow it down, and your breath then will slow the heart down, and the heart then will slow the emotions down, and then the emotion then will slow everything else down. And that's heaven. But when hell appears, when you get that old sour diagnosis, when you get the unexpected, then urgency dominates you. Fear tightens you up and constricts you. Your attention gets fractured. You lose all logic and reason. But I want you to understand that heaven and hell are only nervous system states, not destinations. And presence is the doorway in. And today I want to practice this today. How to be in presence. Today, we're going to practice this. How to be in presence. Somebody put that in the chat, please. How to be in the present state. Because when you take these herbs in your owner's manual, when you eat the diet that you get in the owner's manual, when you do the daily flow that you get in your owner's manual, when you read the nature-based interventions in your owner's manual, when you understand the life lessons in your owner's manual, when you understand your location and your understanding of transitioning in your owner's manual, I want you to also understand that you can be present in these moments. Being able to engage in that very thing that you're looking for. I can't have you in the future or the past when you're trying to heal thyself. I can't have you in the future and the past when you're trying to get your money right. We can't have your brain nowhere but in the present moment, understanding how to get the best out of you. And the thing about it is when we get these prognosis and diagnosis, we're always still fragmented. Being pulled. The job still needs you. Your spouse still needs you. The children still need you. But you need yourself fully right now. And can't do that. How can you get well? How can you get well? How can you really find a pathway to financial freedom when you're stressed out all the time? When you're living paycheck to paycheck all the time? When you have no ability to chill and literally think about it? How can you come up with a grand old plan with not enough time? With that sense of urgency in your nervous system? How can you heal with that sense of urgency in your nervous system, that sense of fear? How can you heal when they just put that into your system? Not only do you got cancer now, you got fear. Not only do you have poverty now, you have disbelief in yourself. And when somebody give you poverty and disbelief in yourself, when somebody give you sickness and fear, when somebody give you loneliness and despair, and distrust, then you don't have what it takes to overcome the situation. Do you understand me? Put some ones in the chat if you guys are getting what I'm putting down. Please, I need to interact with you. When you got a sickness, if I give you fear, you won't heal. If you are in poverty, okay? If you are in poverty, but I give you disbelief, meaning no hope, make you hopeless, you won't make it. If I give you loneliness, but then at the same time give you doubt and trust issues, can't you see that the very issue you got is the buffer to the very goal you got? So you went in the doctor's office and they told you you were sick and they gave you a side of fear. You got to understand what we're teaching you. And what we got to do is get you to understand that the two energies don't match. Okay? What I mean by don't match is you can't create nothing new with the same energies. You only got two energies, positive and negative. Positives and negatives. We'll call sick a negative. It ain't nothing wrong. It ain't nothing right. It's just an energy. So this would be considered a negative part of your battery. But then also they gave you fear. When you crank up your car, you need a positive and a negative in order to change it from a dead car to a car drive, to a crunk up car. And in your body, it is the same thing. Polarity must take place. And you got to know the recipe is opposite attracts. So when they give you sick and fear, those are two negatives. Will that change anything? Tell me in the chat. Will that change anything? Tell me in the chat what you think. Huh? Will it change anything? Yeah. Will it change anything? It won't change a thing. No, it won't change nothing. Okay? And so you must understand that they know the game. You got to slow the game down. Be slow to react, slow to respond. See the game. When somebody comes with aggression, that's a positive. And it don't mean a good thing or a bad thing. But aggression is just a positive energy. Now, what you got to do is be able to understand what meets aggression. It's not matching energies. And you guys out there, if you run into anybody talking about, I just match energies, get up out the dating table. You don't want that. You want somebody who knows polarity. I want you to know how to be soft and sweet to my hot-headedness and vice versa. And so we'll say that they're going to also give you poverty. Poverty mixed with hopelessness won't change the situation. If you are impoverished, no matter where you're at on the planet, once they strip you of your hope, they also strip you of your finances. And these two can't create something new. They can't create something new. And last is loneliness. Loneliness mixed in with trust issues and doubt issues. It won't allow you to get your situation changed. And now you understand the game. Now you understand the game. And this is what your nervous system is under attack. Your nervous system is under attack. And so I understand why you want to see things and hear things and feel things external. But can't you see it's not working? How many of you can see that it's not working? How many of you honestly can see that it's not working? I want some truth tellers now, because some of y'all think everything is okay. You know, and that's okay. You can't change everybody. But how many of you believe that something needs to change, that it's not right? The value of life has been depleted. Not only will they kill you in the street and take your life, but they also take your life in the hospital. They'll take your life in the prison system. They'll take your life away in disloyalty and distrust. People don't mind taking life away because there is no value. But I want to reiterate that I want to change that. And I want to show you that you are the ultimate value. There's nothing more valuable than you. And you deserve to live. But not under the same old circumstances. And that's all God and nature is trying to tell you, is that why would you want me to extend your life if you just gonna keep shortening it? Why do you want me to heal you if you're gonna go back to the bottom? Why you want me to heal you gonna keep going back to the bad habits? Why you want me to heal you when you're gonna keep on killing yourself? Why should I extend life that you're trying to shorten? That's what nature is really presenting. And I don't want you to think that you need to believe in anything. But I still want you to be able to participate. And if we can just get to 50K real quick, I ain't even gonna wait to 100K. If we can get to 50K, let's do it. I want you guys to experience something when you come here. And I don't mind stopping what I got to say for the experience to happen. Let's get us up to 50K. And let me show you what presence feel like. And some of you guys are already feeling it, because I can feel that you guys are hearing the music in the background. I can feel the energy. I can feel your breath. I can feel your vibe. And that's what allows me to be able to be in the spirit without reading or writing. Because the stuff that I'm saying ain't in a book, but it's in the mind. It's in the spirit. It say, before I come, I'll spring forth a new thing. That means it ain't always got to be historical. I ain't always got to be regurgitating up information. Some stuff I'm going to give you here going to be new. It ain't fact-based because it comes from a faith-based substance. And the only way you're going to know it's real is to experience it. You ain't going to know it's real by buying it. But I'm here to tell you that you can know that it's real by trying it. And we don't need sound bowls, and we don't need gadgets, and we don't need all that stuff. We're going to do it the old school way. By looking you dead in your eye and asking you, can you feel? It ain't about what you do. Can you feel? Can you feel again? I know you've been hurt, but can you feel again? The antidote to suppression is expression. The antidote to depression is expression. Get it out. Get it out, release. And every day we come here to teach you guys about subtle ways to release throughout your day. So you ain't got to drink up the bill. So that you ain't got to smoke up all the weed. So that you ain't got to snort up all the, And so you ain't got to watch all the, And so you ain't got to be doing all the, Because you're not waiting weeks and months and hours. You're knowing how to do subtle tension relievers throughout your day. And we're teaching you guys these things. And when we get to 50,000 likes, I'm going to go ahead and show you some other stuff. So that you can start to understand that this is when you're in the driver's seat, you can do it. Before bed, you can do it. With your sexual partner, you can do it. In your work, you can do it. In your class study, you can do it. In conversations, you can take breaks to do it. You can do these things without having to wait to smoke that cigarette at smoke break. Figure out another way to tension relieve. Can't wait to get off to get my six-pack. Figure out another way to relieve. And in order to figure out another way to relieve, you got to figure out another way to believe. And so we're here to show you those things. And we're almost at the 50K. Y'all got work to do. But if you keep tapping, I will keep on talking. Walking you through the recipe. And this recipe goes all the way down to your biological self. This recipe is for herbs, for foods, for relationships, for money. This recipe is for love, abundance. If you want to be a trader, if you wanted to be anything in the markets, you must understand this recipe. This recipe is the moon and the sun and the day and the night. This recipe is the woman and the man. This recipe is how always been the two major ingredients in all things. There's never nothing built that wasn't built from this recipe. Nothing made that wasn't made from this recipe. This is the recipe. But what reductionist medicine does is it takes your sympathetic and your parasympathetic. And what y'all think it do? It paralyzes both of them. In order for you to get over your sickness. It paralyzes them. It makes them not work in order for you to get over your sickness. Why? Because of entrainment. Entrainment is the one that's stronger with the strongest wave, and the stable wave influences the flow. So we paralyze the flow so that the cold and the flu can go. But this ain't right. It works, but it ain't right. It works, but it ain't right. You got to be able to understand how to do this naturally. Not how to paralyze them naturally, but how to get them back into balance naturally. And on the HerbMan Show here in the next few minutes when we get to 50K, we're going to show you how to do this without their way. Because the future of medicine is no medicine at all. It is a time where we teach the people about the human frame and the human design, and then you'll understand what you need and what you lack. You'll understand what is required. And you wouldn't be so codependent because you're just ignorant of your own human workings. But once we start to get the understanding that, look, you ain't got to be no biologist to know your body. You don't have to be no psychologist to know your mind. You don't have to be no pastor to know your spirit. You don't have to be no teacher to know your brain. You got to understand, all you need to understand is your true desire and frame. And the thing is that I'm telling you guys that no matter where you come from on the earth, Asia, Africa, America, Australia, Europe, and anywhere in between, your entrance don't define you. Your entrance don't define you. It is how you exit up out of this thing that's going to be the most defining point. And I want all of you guys to understand something. There ain't never been a seed that didn't have a little dirt. There ain't never been a seed that didn't come from the dog. So don't take it so serious, the dirt on you. Don't take it so serious, the dog. Because you got to see them as growing mediums. That's all they is. They're growing mediums. Things that are necessary for your growth. And if I want a beautiful tree, I just can't value the beauty of the tree without giving a gratitude to the soil. And so when you're seeing beautiful people, wonderful people, you must understand that what you see there had good soil, good dirt, good growing medium. And some of you guys and stuff, you're trying to duck and dodge dirt. You're trying to be squeaky clean. You're trying to be in the light, and you're not valuing the soil. You're not valuing the dirt. You're not valuing your growing medium, and you're stunning your own growth in all things. Because somebody told you that you shouldn't have dirt. Somebody told you not to tell about your dirt. Somebody told you not to reveal your darkness, suppress your dark. And it's causing you to stunt your growth. But we're about to get the tension up off you in 7,000 more likes. Grateful to have learned how to create heaven. Reminder, appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you guys that are on YouTube. Thank you guys that are everywhere across the planet. We appreciate it. We're teaching people how to heal themselves. Changing the world one person at a time. Okay? Changing the world one person at a time. That's what we're trying to do. If you guys are interested in your owner's manual, please DM us and we'll get you that information, okay? So I want you guys to kind of get somewhere comfortable. You can sit, you can stand, you can do whatever you want to do in the comfortability. I know it's Tuesday. Okay, it's a holiday here in South Africa. So you may be going on to work, getting at your job, whatever it is that you're doing. But I ain't gonna do nothing that make you sound crazy. But we're gonna do something that might make you look a little crazy. But if you can close the door, if you can get into a space, I want you to gently drop them shoulders. Gently drop your jaw. I want you to almost like you're surprised, but relaxed. If you realize that your tongue is at the roof of your mouth, let's drop that as well. and just let your shoulders melt downward. Take a slow breath in the nose, and then we're going to hum out the mouth. Don't worry about nothing. Let's do that again. Now I want you on this last one to soften your eyes. I want you to close your eyes if you can. If you can't, just soften them. Start looking at your peripheral instead of focusing on something. All right, take your focus off and kind of look at the side view. Kind of pay attention. Okay, pay attention to the surroundings. Sightsee a little bit. Stop narrowing and focusing in, and on this last breath, pan out a little bit. Now I want you to feel your feet on the ground. Feel your feet on the ground. What you just did was told your nervous system that I'm safe. You just turned off the survival chemistry. You just brought awareness back home. That calm you feel, that is not imagination. That's presence. And when you're in this state and you ask for financial help, you get it. When you're in this state in your relationships, it goes the right way. Love doesn't heal relationships. Presence does. And the next time that you're in a situation with someone, don't try to fix, don't try to advise, don't try to defend. Just go somewhere and regulate yourself. Get your breath in order. Get your nerves in order. Get your mind in order. Get your face in order. Listen fully to the body. And when you calm your nervous system, you calm your nervous system and go back to that same old chaotic situation. It's when you calm your nervous system and go back in there to that same diagnosis. Come on now. Because the diagnosis ain't going to change, because it is you that changes, not the diagnosis. You change the diagnosis because you change. When you change and go back to the same situation, your calm nervous system tends to calm theirs. And that's what you call co-regulation. That's what you call divine connection. That's heaven between two people. And this presence is what we want to achieve. And if we can practice certain things, we can achieve these things. Like before speaking, if you exhale before you speak. Exhale before you speak. Before reacting, feel your feet. Before you eat, slow down. Before sleeping, soften the jaw and relax the jaw. Drop your jaws before sleeping. Drop your jaws before sleeping. And see, then you're not addicted to valerian root tea. Then you're not addicted to melatonin pills. Each one of these things will add more longevity to your life because presence helps with inflammation. It helps with the heart, with the heart rhythm. It helps improve your immunity. It helps reduces the disease risk. Presence is a preventative medicine. I want us to do something really quick. Keep tapping. Keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. I want us to do something really quick. You can put me in the chat. Come on up online, okay? You guys keep tapping. If you want to be interactive with your homie HerbMan, if you got questions, concerns, anything that you need, put me in the chat. Come on up on the thing. I got one more interactive thing we're going to do, then I'm going to let y'all go. Yes, sir. If you guys are interested in the owner's manual, please DM us and we will get you the information that you need. If you're interested in coming up on the chat, please put me in the chat. We'll bring you up. I need help with PCOS. British babe. What's happening is you got stored guilt and unforgiveness. Something happened to you sexually. Okay? Something happened to you sexually. And you are suppressing that. And that is causing you to have reproductive issues. And reproductive ain't just about having babies, but also having ideas, and creativity can be blocked. But it's all because you got to forgive yourself. And you got to forgive somebody who done that to you. And when you do that, that is the help for PCOS. Now, there are herbs that can help you as well. But a combination of eliminating the spiritual with the herbs that help you with elimination, you can eliminate the PCOS. If you got any other concerns, just DM us and we'll get you what you need. Okay? If you need help with anything, you guys DM me, purchase your owner's manual. Okay, that's how I work, right? $50. Give me your birthday. Let nature do its thing. But liver, kidney cancer, autoimmune skin issue, I don't give a doggone what they named it. We can work with it and we can help create an environment in which none of those things like to live in. And that's what we do. We are environment builders. Okay? We create the environments for diseases not to live in. All right? Anxiety, all you got to do is pay attention here. We get rid of that right now, God day. Okay? Anxiety is because you are your spirit. You're not in the present moment. So anxiety is because you're so in the future, you're never in the moment. And I always used to do this little thing right here. And I want y'all to see this. If I'm like this, and I'm like, so I'm a straight body, right? So if I turn this way, I'm straight, right? But if I got my head in the future, and I got one leg in the past, in my present condition, I'm unstable. Somebody can come and push me over. Listen to that. If my head is in the future, and I got one leg in the past, in the present moment, my straight up and down, I'm only on one leg. And I'm unstable in the present moment. So when we're dealing with depression and anxiety, when we're dealing with this thing of being in the future and in the past, but never in the present, which is what we're teaching, then you'll see that these are the remedies to some of those issues. Okay? And I want you guys to repeat this. You can repeat this stuff quietly or out loud. It don't matter. But I want you to repeat after me. I don't need to escape this moment. Repeat after me. I don't need to escape this moment. My body is allowed to be here. My presence is enough. This is where my heaven begins. Come on, somebody. This is where it begins.
Grand Rising King.
Yes, sir. Peace, peace. What's happening? Welcome to the HerbMan Show.
Yes, sir, bro. I've been taking care of myself, bro.
Yeah, man. Good. What you got for me today?
Man, just a couple questions.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So basically, let me see what I really want to get into, because it really was a lot, because I was just listening and a lot was going over my head.
Yeah, man, that sounds good, man. Just ask me your most deepest, what you really want to know out of life. What's that question? If put it like this, if you met God and had to ask him a question, what would it be?
Okay, well, what should I start doing different? Like, what should I start doing different? And I want to know how to keep that high vibration, because yesterday when we was meditating and humming, I felt the high vibration. Like, you feel me? And I ain't ate nothing that day. Like, I woke up, I ain't eating nothing, I just joined you live, and then I just started vibrating real high.
Yeah.
So, I just want to know, like, a couple things I could do to keep that vibration high. Kind of like.
The biggest thing you got to do, my brother, is, can you mute your mic real quick?
Yeah.
You got a little feedback coming in. The biggest thing you can do, my brother, is your wants, your needs, and desires. They must be in flow with nature. They must be in flow with nature. And so what I mean by that is, the more you get serious about a thing, the more you'll get under suffering. Your suffering is only going to come because you want, need, and desire some stuff that you ain't, or you feel like you in lack of. If you don't feel lack, you feel heaven. And I ain't talking about that there is lack or not. I'm talking about, even if there is lack, if you don't feel lack. There's some tribes that ain't never had clothes and never had bank accounts and never had the modern thing. So they don't know that they're lacking. And so my thing is, they don't feel the lack, even if you would consider them to be lacking. So what I'm telling you is that if you can get to where you don't feel like you lack anything, like you said, I vibrated high, didn't eat nothing because you didn't feel a lack, my brother.
Yeah.
You see?
That was crazy, bro. I was laughing. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, man, what the heck?
Yes, sir. When you don't feel lack, when you can keep going and building days where you don't feel a lack or a need, and I'm not saying be lazy, and I'm not saying don't get a job, and I'm not saying don't provide for your family, and I'm not saying be a deadbeat, anything. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is and I ask you something. If I was God, what question you would ask? And so I have to keep that in perspective. And so this is for everybody. What is it that you need more than the earth?
What is it that I need more than the earth?
Yes.
Oh, damn. What is it that I need more than the earth?
Yes. Come on, young brother. What
I'm
is
trying
it?
to break it down. I'm trying to break it down.
What is it in this life? Because you're desiring something. So God already gave you everything, but you act like it ain't shit. So you want something. And what more could you want more than what you've been given?
Nothing.
But you still, but you won't though.
That's true. That's true. I ain't gonna deny it.
And this is the problem of this was gonna cause you problems. It ain't that the problem ain't you wanting, the problem is why you want. When I've given you everything. You see what we're trying to do? Yeah, it's deep, bro. And so what I want you to do every day you wake up is understand that every breath deserves gratitude. When you look out, you got to understand that why am I feeling like I'm in lack? And really start going deep down, and you'll realize that it's the program. But what you do with the program is you got to rise above the fray. And this is for everybody. You ask that question, that's for everybody watching you, my brother. So at the end of the day, you ask one of the best questions on the planet. You ask God one of the best questions on the planet. But God told you, why do you feel you lack, my son?
And that's a question I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have to like really dissect it, like later on, like really sit down and think about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then you'll see that stuff coming from your program. And when you can release the program, like the prodigal son, they grew up in the mansion, but he wanted more than what he had. So okay, go on and take your money, go on out there. Look, I'm gonna give you all the rights and all the gifts, and look, I'm gonna give you the wheel. Go on out there, you got your own wheel. He went out there, done his thing, he probably went through all the female, got all the money. You already know. Look, I come from my father's house. Pimpin', so he did everything and still realized that he still had more at the house. You get what I'm saying?
Greed.
But he still realized that from one point, he had to go through it. But when he realized that he had more at the house, and that's what I'm trying to get us to understand. Your will can do things, my people. Yes, you can build skyscrapers and build airplanes and cars and boats. But until you build an earth, you got to understand that there are levels to this thing.
Yes, Lord.
It's levels to it. And we think because we can build a car, plane, train, because we can build children and they come out of our wombs and out of our balls, that you this, and that, and the third. But again, until you build Jupiter, Mars, the sun, until you build Earth, until you build water and air, it is levels to creation.
It's levels to creation. Okay.
It's levels to it. You ain't the big dun-dunner.
Yeah.
And what's happening is that we think we the big dun-dunner.
I mean, I don't know why I feel like that though. I just feel I've been feeling like that. Like it's just a natural feeling though.
But you ain't the big dun-dunner though.
I know. I ain't the big dun-dunner. I know.
You understand what I'm trying to say? And see, this is the problem. Yeah. This is the problem. I'm gonna ask you something, baby. I'm gonna ask you, baby J. I'm gonna ask you something, baby J, because I know you're gonna answer it really here. What king have you ever known? What king do you ever think that will give up his crown to another?
What king will give up his crown
to another king?
Maybe a king that don't know what they doing. A king that don't believe in themselves.
I don't think a king, even if they didn't believe in themselves, they'll go down swinging. See, it's very
real king,
yeah, it's very difficult for a king to relinquish his ruleship for something to rule him. And that's the enmity. That's the thing between man and God. That's the relationship issue between us and Daddy. Oh, because Daddy called you a king and a God, you don't want to give up rulership. They bit the tree of knowledge of good and evil so that they could become gods too. You don't want to give up that, do you? So your ass can't go back home. You can't go back home until you're willing to give it up. And everything we're doing, we're storing it. We don't know how to give it up no more. That's what I was teaching y'all yesterday about like how to just give it up. Like, bro, you got to express. I ain't telling you to be violent. I ain't telling you to do, you can be angry with sin not, but you can express yourself at least.
Yeah.
And when we keep storing up this stuff, we're bottling up cancers, diseases, because these emotions turn into the issues. Like I just told the girl with PCOS. Did you see me tell her herb? No, I told her about the emotions. She come on here and talk. He wanted liver and kidneys. Liver and kidneys got something to do with you being mean and bitter. But liver and kidneys also got something to do with you being scared and don't want to address the real issues. So you got liver and kidney issues. I know already that person right there is a mean person. Some people would consider to be frustrated, to be a spontaneous, sporadic, cuss you out in a second. Liver issues.
What about fibroids?
Yeah, fibroids, the same thing. Relationship issues. Relationship issues are going to happen in your relationship tour. So
I know you're telling the truth though, because I know two people right now with fibroids, and all they do is complain and cheat. I ain't lying.
There you go. So and look, you just did it for me, right? So as you keep watching, as you keep learning, you'll start to peep out the scene, and you'll start learning how to attach emotion. You'll start learning how to hear what they ain't saying. You start learning how to see what they ain't showing you. But we got to learn these old ancient tools because we're losing reception to them. And when you think about reception, you're talking about the channel, the tune in. But you're also talking about how to receive. A lot of us think we know it all. We're too big of head. We're too hard in heart. So you don't receive. You lose reception. And then you're not tuned in. You lose reception. And then you can't channel in. You lost reception.
Yeah, I got that problem. I ain't gonna lie. I got that problem.
Yeah. But what the thing is that you don't have the problem. Your thing is that you're a little judgmental. You don't got no problem receiving, brother, because I don't know you. You're receiving from me right now. So you are open-minded, open-heart motherfucker. You just choose it. You choose the only. Yeah, you got to have a respect for a motherfucker for you do it that way, and that's a good thing. But what I'm saying is, open up a little more because you can learn from anybody in any kind of situation. And I don't want you to be so judgmental because if you're too judgmental, you will shut out somebody that could teach you something.
Yeah.
You see? So it ain't always about because I got 100 people on my live. It ain't always about because I got 50,000 followers. It ain't always about because this nigga in South Africa, whatever he's living in. Yes, that's true. But what I'm saying to you is I want you to have respect for everybody enough to give them the opportunity to see if they are giving you something. Don't just leave it to the elite in your life. Open it up for all possibilities. Baby J, be receptive to all possibilities, my brother.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm telling you that is because you don't know where your help's gonna come from. And you could be watching all big motherfuckers and they don't tell you what you need to know to get you to the next level. And you could be ignoring the motherfucker on your level or beneath you that's got what it takes to get you to that next level. So be receptive to not the people, but to the understanding that you have now. Right? To the understanding you're learning something and you're saying, you know what? I ain't gonna, you know what? It's something bigger than people. So therefore, I ain't worried about how you look or what you look like or where you at in life, because I know that you can bring a vibration to me. And that vibration, if we vibe, I know that's meant for me.
Yeah. If it's right, if the time is right, and it's meant for me.
It's meant for you. And the bomb could have told you that shit before you got on the bus. But that shit, it hit you. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then you know, okay, cuz just told me something. Because it felt so, what I'm going through, it felt so right. I can't ignore that because he's a bomb. I gotta, that's something that happened for a reason.
Yeah, everything happened for a reason.
Yeah.
For sure.
And so that's what I want y'all to understand, man, is that this presence, this thing was never written, because it was never meant to be something you read. This thing was always to be felt. And that's why I call the show The Experience. Because people are going back home with products and medications. And even though the people may be doing what they got to do to make the meds and make the herbs, when you have to send a person back home, you got to send them back to the situations that they're in. They don't have the support. They don't have the togetherness. They don't have somebody helping them that knows. I mean, you got people that got cancer, go back to a husband that don't know nothing about doctor stuff. So they just as thrown off with what your health is as you are. And we don't have nobody that can do it. And so what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is that you can't think this thing. You have to feel it. You have to be here. And that's the whole teaching. And that's what experience is all about when you come to the HerbMan Show. We want to continue to allow you guys to come to this show and do little small, subtle things that will give you immediate tension relief. And you can just do this stuff throughout your day, baby J. Throughout your day, man. Instead of for every 5 minutes trying to smoke an L, just throughout your day, exhale.
Yeah.
Yo.
Exhale.
Yo.
Breathe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's a real healing, bro.
It's the same thing you're doing with the herb. It's just that you make the herb the mediator. You make the herb the Jesus. But I'm trying to get you straight to God. The straight geeked up is your breath, not smoke. The straight up, that straight up raw shit is your breath, not. Hey, that straight up uncut. You looking for that uncut, that straight hit, that straight geek. You got to know how to get it from your breath, bro. Not from smoke.
Like how I was humming yesterday?
Yes, sir. That straight geek.
Yeah, that was some, I ain't gonna lie. That was some fire, I ain't gonna lie.
So yeah, but, and that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Like, dog, when you really know your body, you'll realize that we done made everything a copy of it. The light bulbs is your eyeballs. The antennas is your hair. The engine in the car is your digestive system. The camera phone is your eyeball.
Yeah.
Everything came from your design. You are the ultimate design. And it's high time that we start to put more value in the human body. See, the old ancient people did one thing wrong. And it wasn't even wrong. It wasn't even their fault. They're just telling you how it was in their language. But what we took from it, I'll say our interpretation, is that they made you feel like the body is the Lord's self. The Lord's self is the sin. The sin is what you got to discard. So you see a lot of people that starve themselves to death. They stood on a mountain. They stood on a tree. They separated themselves from life because they wanted to just leave here. And you see them people didn't come back. The only persons or people that ever been recorded on history of coming back or leaving without death is Enoch and Elijah. They didn't see death. Jesus saw death, but he came back. That was the story. But my point to you is that nobody else have, no matter all these gurus. So what you following if they ain't nobody came back from it? If it don't give you everlasting life, baby J, what are you following? Ain't the trick, ain't the most highest sorcery level it is resurrecting somebody from the dead? The biggest magic trick, the biggest spiritual thing that you can do is to resurrect somebody from the dead. That's the biggest gift on the planet. And no matter all the gurus doing all that sleeping and fasting and all that not eating and fruitarian and breatharian and all this bullshit that you alkalinism, and they're dying. They're not resurrecting. And it's because you deplete the body. Baby J?
Yeah, I seen the image of a picture of a human body with a lion head on it. I ain't know what it meant.
Who knows? But let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Where does your spirit live in?
My spirit lives inside of my body.
So
Yeah,
if you want
to,
if you want a high ass spirit, what you got to do with your body?
probably start taking care of it more.
Thank you, sir. If you want an elevated spirit, you got to have an elevated body. What they knew was cosmology. They didn't know a whole lot about biology. We know now more about biology, but we don't know about cosmology. So now what you learn is the stuff that they knew with the stuff that you know, and then you elevate your spirit by elevating your body with it. Because once you elevate, a highly elevated spirit must have a highly evolved body. You can't have a temporary spirit and have an everlasting body. You can't have you in and out of the body with your spirit. Then guess what? That's temporary. You ain't in it. Why the hell you want to be it? Why you want me to extend your body when your spirit ain't even in it? You past and present. We're teaching you about presence.
The present time, because most people do focus on other things except for the present time.
Yes, and that extends your life. People are watching how you are treating your time. And the one who is the good steward of the time extends his time. And you may not have a whole bunch of money, but one thing that we all have, if we get past genetic stuff and all that, is a lot of time. And so what do you do with your time? How do you spend your time? Like how you spend your money. How do you save your time? Like how do you save your money? How do you invest your time? Like how do you invest how do you waste your time? Like how do you waste your money? How do you make your time? Like how do you make your money? Time is money.
Right. That's crazy. I'm finna start reading and everything. I ain't gonna lie. I'm finna turn up on them.
Yeah. Turn up, man. Hey, man, keep tuning in, my brother. We appreciate you, baby J. Keep tuning in, man. If you need anything, you know I'm here for you, bro.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, sir. All right, peace. Yes, sir. That kinfolk right there, man. We appreciate kinfolk. Definitely appreciate you, kinfolk, man. Appreciate the love. You guys want to come up? You want to talk to me? You can. Put me in the chat. We'll bring you up. So you must understand that this is how you alleviate the stress of life. You can't stop it, but you can manage it within your body. It's all about your response. We teach you this with the owner's man. For a funky measly $50, we teach you that. Kudu said that's what's spent. Yes, time is like money. Yes, greatest teaching, thank you. Levels to creation, yes. Incredibly disappointing has been only war. Billy Carson is a great teacher. Okay, I don't really know Billy to know that he's a great teacher. Teachers, what I would like to say is teachers are only as great as their students. right? So a teacher is not a popularity contest. Teachers are graded by how many students pass, not by how many followers and how many tappers and how many likes and shares, but they're graded by how many students pass their philosophy, pass the test with putting into practice what they're teaching. And I haven't really seen a lot of people teach lifestyle. People will always guide you to their products. And I have products too, but my biggest one is education. And we're educating our people on themselves, believing that once you get the blueprint on you, you have more authority, more control, have more participation in your own health and wealth. And we believe that this is the new wave of the future. I put my life on it. And so every day we come here to show you how this is supposed to be. Not selling items, but swapping energy. We show you every day how you really take control over social media by touching people, speaking into people, changing people's lives that are not even in the room. Internet is an interwoven network that has allowed us to be able to connect with one another. And I told you yesterday that sound is the first language. And in a minute, we're going to create a sound on this social media platforms. It's a frequency. It's going to be a wave, not words. But it's going to be a frequency, a wave, a vibration. It's going to break the internet. And I may not see that with you, but I promise you, people are waking up. And they're just needing to know what's real. And in a world full of artificial intelligence, in a world full of artificial information, I don't blame you for wanting to fact check. But in your fact checking, don't you ever mistake the power of faith checking, the power of discernment, the power of intuition. Don't ever lose your sensitivity to feeling the brother, to feeling the sister. Don't ever lose your vulnerability to sensing something's right. Because that's your basic instinct. That's your natural instinct. And people can write things on paper and call them facts. And it don't necessarily mean that they are. It's until you experience it yourself that you have the right to call it fact or fiction. And we want to give everybody that possibility. And so we're offering you the owner's manual with nothing but your birthday. And we can get you set up well on your way to health. What say you? Anybody got anything else to say? Anybody got anything else to say? Otherwise, we're going to this thing up, keep loving the hearts no matter what. Yes, you got to keep your heart pure. Right? Make sure you understand that the world is going to continue to give you environmental stimuli. That's all this stuff is. Don't look at it as bad. Don't look at it as wrong. Just look at it as environmental stimuli. Don't look at it as bad. Don't look at it as wrong. Just look at it as environmental stimuli. Every now and then, a little baby cub is going to get caught up if they're not strong enough. Every now and then, a little baby duckling is going to get left behind if it's not strong enough. Every now and then, a little this and a little that is going to happen because there are preyers and there are preyers and predators. Okay? There are prey and predators. There are preys and predators. Okay? There are preys and predators. But they ain't nothing but stimulus of the environment. They're nothing but stimulus of the environment. It ain't nothing wrong about a lion eating a gazelle. Ain't nothing wrong about a lion eating a gazelle. You know why? Because that lion has sat there and watched thousands of gazelles ride past him that he can't touch until one come close enough that they be about to starve to catch one of those. What you want them to do? It's nature. It's natural selection. It ain't right in it, and it ain't a wrong in it. It's the way life is. So when you start seeing opportunities and start seeing life as a big ball of things like that, you start taking the stress off yourself. Don't take yourself so serious. The only thing you got control of is yourself. Don't take yourself so serious. The only thing that you can take control over is yourself. You can't control your children, the spouse. Nothing else is out of your control other than you. So start handling you, learning you, knowing you. And the owner's manual is teaching us this. It's teaching us this. What say you? Everybody should know what Bill Cosby's study is. A lot to say about spirituality. I didn't mean to be rude. I think you did that 3 collected. You telling another brother about another brother, but at the end of the day, man, I really don't give a damn who y'all go see. What I want y'all to know is that you can get information. I know Billy Carson as far as being on the internet just like everybody else, right? I don't know him personally, right? Good information sometimes is good, but sometimes they can have the wrong application. And you be so stuck up. Y'all are so stuck up in information grabbing. That's why I know a lot of y'all are watching, because I'm that new thing. I'm deep, and I got this new way. Again, you guys understand. I appreciate you. But at the end of the day, it's about you, not me. You the one searching and found me. I didn't scroll and find you. So you have to ask yourself, what is it about me? What am I looking for? And the owner's manual and people that know that type of stuff can help you. I love y'all, man. I'm going to let y'all go. I love y'all. Peace. Love HerbMan. Yes, sir. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Get you some